I get asked all the time why I don't show off my Codex more, and it's always the same answer. Because of the fact that the Codex is an incredibly broken system in the game. If you've played the game for more than a few years, you likely have a broken Codex too. And that's because of a few updates that came through to the Hunter Call of the Wild that had bugs that caused it to not track things properly. The most notable one being the Bloodhound update in 2021 when the Bloodhounds were added to the game. It completely broke the codexes and made it so it was counting a silver as a gold as a diamond, and a diamond as a great one. And as you can imagine, that completely threw things out of whack. Now, I dug through the channel to see if I actually covered this in a video, and I personally didn't cover it, but there was a creator that did. Zaggy did make a video covering this issue, so if you want to learn more about this problem, and just to kind of verify what I'm talking about, you can take a look at that. Although I did mention it in a video of mine later that was talking about the fix they deployed for it. That is the biggest issue why the Codex system is just not reliable, and it's not worth even using to track your data nowadays if you've played the game for more than a few years. If you started playing after this fix was deployed to fix that bug, then your Codex is not as broken, but probably still a little broken, because later on there was an update that also made it so Great One Moose didn't show up in the Codex at all. And then I think to this day, there's still the occasional scenario where a Great One doesn't show up in your Codex properly. This is also a major reason why I keep track of all my different grinds manually instead of focusing on what the Codex says, because as we will see right now, my Codex is incredibly wrong. It has a lot of things that are just incorrect. First of all, I've killed more than 138,000 animals, but it doesn't count them if you don't claim them. So if you kill an animal and leave it on the ground, it is going to respawn as a brand new animal. But your Codex will not actually count it, so that's a number that's off already. And then obviously, like I mentioned, that major bug that caused Great Ones, Diamonds, Golds, Silvers, Bronzes to all be counted incorrectly in the Codex was another major issue. And then if you're a super OG player that has been playing since the very beginning, if I'm not mistaken, I believe there was one update where actually nothing tracked in the Codex. Like, absolutely nothing got updated during like a full month. Now, unfortunately, I don't think there was any content creators that covered this aside from maybe Flinter, but I couldn't figure out what video he mentioned it in. But there have been multiple issues throughout the years that have caused the Codex to just not be a reliable source of information, which is why I highly recommend that if you guys care about your stats in the Hunter Call of the Wild, to keep track of it yourself. That's why I write down every single stat from every single Great One grind I ever do, and that's why I keep a count of all my diamonds live on stream, as well as a count of all my Great Ones, so I know for a fact that I've got 107 Great Ones, not 125. And I've got 5,015 diamonds instead of 5,076 like you see here. To be honest, I just wanted to make this short little video, or short right here, so that I have something to reference whenever I get asked during a live stream, instead of having to go over the full explanation every single time somebody wants to see it. So yeah, if you played during the Bloodhound update, you likely have a broken Codex as well, and if you've got a Great One Moose within like a month of them releasing, you have a broken Codex as well. And if you've been playing the game since the very beginning and have played consistently, you most definitely have a broken Codex. It's unfortunately just part of what has happened throughout the year for those of us that have been playing for a very long time. Hopefully no updates in the future do this to a bunch of you newer players that may not have a broken Codex yet. So hopefully they can keep things under control in the near future. Luckily, we've had a lot better updates recently in Call of the Wild. I mean, it's been ages since we've had a super buggy update, which is super great. It's awesome to see, because the old days of Call of the Wild were kind of brutal in terms of bugs. But modern Call of the Wild has been so much better. I mean, like, what, the last 2 years probably have just been incredible compared to the years before that. But thank you guys so much for watching this little video. I know it's been a highly requested thing to go through my stats, but this is why I don't really do it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Subscribe if you're new, leave a comment, leave a like. Peace, peace!